Let's open the book on this. Today in Los Angeles, get ready as El Niño sets to shake things up with wild weather predictions across SoCal. Hi, I'm Leah.
And I'm Garrett.
Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett from Los Angeles. First up, brace for impact. El Niño threatens California with extreme weather. El Niño is a natural warming of Pacific Ocean waters along the equator that shifts wind and storm tracks. And in plain terms, it can supercharge winter rain for us. NOAA's Climate Prediction Center, that's the Federal Weather Agency's forecasting branch, puts the odds at about 63% that this one could be very strong by year's end. History gives some clues. In 1982 to 1983, coastal Southern California saw more than double typical rainfall. In 1991 to 1992, about 133% of average. Another big one hit in 1997 to 1998. Then 2015 to 2016 underdelivered with roughly 77% of the annual average. This time around, forecasters are flagging risks like wet winters, high tide flooding, and warmer ocean temps that can shuffle marine life.
Yeah, that checks out. High tide flooding, just to define it, is when extra high ocean tides push seawater into streets and low-lying areas, and coastal erosion can follow when waves and storm surge chew away beaches and bluffs, and warmer water pulls in tropical species, including sharks, closer to shore. Not gonna lie, that's a curveball for swimmers and surfers. Why does the warm water bring them in exactly?
Because many tropical species follow their preferred water temperatures and food sources. When the ocean warms, their habitat basically expands north. That can be fascinating for spotters, but it also disrupts the local food web and fishing. Real talk, preparedness matters. Clear gutters, know your flood-prone spots, keep sandbags in mind if you're low-lying, and watch those official alerts. Warmer oceans can look calm but pack surprise rip currents.
All right, let's roll on. Tragic loss. Musician Oliver Tree dies in a helicopter crash in Brazil. Oliver Tree, the Santa Cruz native known for his bold, bowl-cut look, oversized jackets, and theatrical music videos, was touring South America when two helicopters collided in Rio de Janeiro. One went down in a car dealership parking lot. Authorities are investigating the cause. Details are still developing. For timeline context, he released the EP Demons in 2013, signed to Atlantic Records, and dropped Alien Boy in 2018, and put out his major label debut LP Ugly is Beautiful in 2020. He also worked with big-name producers like Skrillex, who's a Grammy-winning electronic artist, and David Guetta, the French DJ. Tributes are pouring in worldwide.
This one really resonates with me. He challenged conventional beauty standards on purpose. That was part of his art, not just a look. And he cared about filmmaking too, building whole worlds around his songs. It's a loss for music and for visual storytelling. Why do these creative voices hit so hard when we lose them? I guess because they make room for the rest of us to be ourselves. Next up, heroic rescue near Temecula. Police saved 23 dogs from an unventilated U-Haul in Murrieta. Murrieta sits just northeast of Temecula in Riverside County. Officers responding to a trespassing call on May 1st found 21 dogs in the cargo hold and 2 in the cab. Many were pregnant. The owner, who later returned with 12 more dogs, was arrested and faces multiple animal cruelty charges. The dogs are now with a local shelter getting care.
That's something to chew on, huh? A U-Haul cargo box has no AC or real ventilation. Temperatures can spike fast, even on mild days. Credit to officers and shelter staff for moving quickly. If you see animals in distress, report it to animal control or the police right away. Why would anyone pack that many dogs into a truck like that?
We don't have motive here. In general, these cases can involve neglect, overwhelmed breeders, or simple but dangerous misjudgment. The safe path is always transport with ventilation, water, and frequent checks. And quick note, Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, the breed most of these dogs were, are small companion dogs that can overheat easily. They need gentle handling.
Let's switch it up. Car washes in Southern California are adapting amid immigration raids. Businesses are reporting worker shortages and, in some cases, closures after aggressive enforcement actions under the Trump administration this year. Labor advocacy groups are running Know Your Rights trainings. That's straightforward legal guidance on what to do during an encounter with authorities to keep things lawful and calm.
It's got more weight than it seems. Immigration policy can reshape local economies. Car washes lean on trained crews who know the workflow and safety routines. When raids remove employees, businesses pivot to survive. Some owners invest in automation to reduce labor pressure. Why automation? Because machines can handle rinse and dry cycles consistently. It lowers staffing needs, even if it can't replace detail work by hand.
That's a solid point. It also changes the customer experience. A fully automated wash is faster, but you might lose that meticulous interior clean people love. However you feel about policy, the day-to-day impact on workers, owners, and families is real. You see it in paychecks, hours, and closed bays on a Saturday.
Last up, World Cup sparks unity among LA's Iranian community amidst ongoing war. Iran is set to face New Zealand at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. SoFi is our massive NFL venue, and Los Angeles is home to the largest Iranian community outside Iran. Because of travel restrictions, some team officials didn't get U.S. visas, so the squad has been training across the border in Tijuana and commuting. For anyone hearing that term, a visa is essentially permission in your passport to enter a country, and diaspora means a community living outside its homeland. Here, the match is more than a game. Some fans see a rare chance to gather and feel pride. Others plan to protest the Iranian government. Both reactions are part of a community processing conflict in real time.
Sports can cut through politics, at least for 90 minutes. It's powerful to see families in Westwood and the Valley flying flags, then also using the moment to speak their minds. Why were those visas denied? That's disputed. Some call it political interference. Others point to security and policy rules during wartime. Either way, the LA stands will be loud, and the emotions will be complex.
Thanks for tuning in to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett from Los Angeles. Have a safe one out there, and we'll catch you tomorrow.